Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with us again on The Teacher. We are always privileged to come your way. And thank you also for all the comments and encouraging words you've been giving to us. God richly bless you. Tonight, we are actually going to discuss a very simple question, even though it's very important but simple. We stand for family values, and for some time now we've been talking about relationships and stuff like that, problems in marriages. Tonight we want to concentrate basically on the things, the preparation that one needs to do before entering into this relationship, because you and I know that taking a life partner or choosing a life partner is one of the greatest decisions anybody can take. So as usual, my husband, the teacher, is here, and I'm really going to ask him some tough questions, and I'm sure he will be able to take us through. Please get seated and get along. I'm sure you might pick one or two clues, especially for the young ones that are about to get into relationships. So you are welcome. Sit down and please share the video along so that somebody else also will benefit from it. God richly bless you. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Welcome to The Teacher.
Thank you.
So tonight we want to talk about the things. What are the things that one goes through before picking up a life partner?
Yep. Thank you very much. As you rightly said, there are stages one have to go through before you finally settle in marriage.
Okay.
As we have studied earlier on, we know that it is important to have these three stages in mind. The neighbor, friends, and then also the family. So marriage is a family stage.
Yeah.
But then you get to know the person in the area. So they call something a date. A date is basically agreeing that you want to meet at a particular location at a particular time. That is a date. So the two of you exchanges contacts and you inform each other, let's meet at this place at this time. That is a date. It's a one-time thing, a date.
Okay.
But then the first one went well, and like you want to repeat it again. So you set another, you agree, okay, so when are we meeting the next time? So you also agree, and then another date. So when you have series of dates, then we call it dating. So when someone says, I'm dating a person, meaning that I've been meeting this person regularly at different locations at particular times, because this is it. Okay. But this dating should not go on forever.
Okay.
After the dating, finally, you should be able to agree that we want to go to the next stage, which is courtship.
Okay.
So courtship is where you will take the person home, introduce the person to your parents.
Okay.
And then he or she also takes you home, introduce you to his or her parent. And then the parents get to know, oh, this is your friend.
Okay.
You like, the two of you are considering the possibility of what? One day marrying.
Okay.
And this courtship is what really actually takes some time. But that is the time you get to know each other. You get to learn the likes and dislikes, what makes the person happy and what, the person, you just get to know much about the person. That's the learning stage. And from there, finally, you agree. And then you propose. So when you propose, and the person accepts that this time around, we are just not courting, and then we want to tie the knot. So, will you marry me? When that statement or that proposal is made, and they say yes, and then the parents also agree, then we say that you are what? Fiancé.
Okay.
You are fiancé. Okay. And they make this officially during the engagement. Okay. So, you are, when you become fiancé, it is when you are engaged. And then you tell, it's maybe the proposal, but there's a ceremony which the two of you undertake with the help of parents together, and we call it the engagement. So that time, then you are engaged, but you are not still married.
All right.
Okay, you are just engaged. Then finally, a date is set when the wedding is done. This is this is a Christian marriage we're talking about.
Okay.
These are the stages one goes
through. All right, good. I want to concentrate tonight on the premarital relationship. Okay. Actually, because the youth and the ones that are about to marry, they're on my heart, you know. Realize that after getting into the marriage, you know, if you should take about 10 women now and you ask them, or maybe 10 men, excuse my language, it's not only about the men, it's also about the women. Like if you should take some couples and ask them sincerely, if you should have the opportunity to re-choose again, would you still choose your husband? And I'm sure we will get our 80% that we want to change. Why? Because maybe before they enter into the relationship, they didn't have much time, or they didn't take their time to know certain things about it. So the youth are on my heart, those who are about to take this rightful decision. And so, teacher, I want you to tell me, what are the do's and the don'ts in a premarital relationship? What are the things that are expected and the things that are not expected?
In a premarital relationship, it is very important to have zero expectation. Because what you want to do is you want to build a solid friendship.
But if I want to build a solid friendship, why shouldn't I have expectation? I should have some qualities I need to find in a man. So that is my expectation.
Right. What I mean is that I'm not saying that you should not look out for. You should have zero expectation, but you should identify the qualities in the person. One, you should not have expectations, because if you have expectations and they are not met, then you become disappointed. And expectation put pressure on you and put the pressure on the other person. For example, you are expecting the person to be very caring. I mean, your caring can be relative. To you, calling you once a day is okay.
It's not okay.
But somebody will be, 4 times a day, in the morning twice, in the evening twice. You know, it should be, caring.
Constant, every minute.
So if you have expectation, the expectation put pressure. And the man or the young guy wouldn't know what is,
expected of him.
Yeah. So that is a problem. So zero expectation, because when you have expectation, what happens is that you are normally disappointed if it doesn't come. For example, somebody used to call you regularly.
Yeah.
Okay? And all of a sudden, he's not calling you anymore.
The first thing that comes to mind is that the person doesn't like me anymore.
That is it. That is the first thing. The person doesn't like me anymore. So meaning that the person have excluded me from his or her circle of friends. And this hurts. What we call broken heart. Because you want to feel belong, and the person doesn't cherish your relationship. So you are kind of hurt. So in a premarital relationship, it is important to have self-confidence. The lady must be confident of herself. The young man must be confident of himself. You don't need somebody to make you feel confident. You don't need somebody to let you know how good you are. You don't need somebody to let you know how precious you are. You should know and be confident of yourself that you are. So you need to have, before you even go into the premarital relationship, you must make sure that you have what we call self-love. Self-love means that you love yourself. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. But we forget that it says as yourself, meaning you need to love yourself. How do you love yourself? You must take care of your body. You must take care of your interest. You must take care of your career. You must have a vision. This is self-love. Things that makes you happy. Things that identifies you. Make you build your personality. And these are what we call the things that you should look out for. Now, I will also say that the qualities you have to look out for to inform you whether the partner is a good material or not. If the qualities are not there, then it becomes a problem. And you know the qualities I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should call some of them. Okay, of course, I know about the ladies. I don't know about the men. Okay. I know that the ladies are looking out for affection. That we usually call love. That is somebody that is always checking out on you. Every 1 minute, your phone will click. You go and check. Oh, that's him missing you, thinking of you. You're always on my mind. Stuff like that is what we actually look out for. For me, I don't know about the others, but I think most of the women also. And also, we want a man that will compliment you. You also want a man that will be generous, be able to take care of you. Like make you feel cherished.
Okay.
That is, if you need, you don't need to ask him for anything.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I know a good husband, or like I would say a good husband, because you are saying that we should not have expectation, and so until you are married, you can't expect anything from a guy.
Okay.
So a good husband should be somebody that knows the needs of a woman and meets them before the woman actually even asks about it. So I think that's what I can say about these qualities of a man.
Yeah, they are the same also in the young men. The young men also want to look out for the quality of a good wife material. What I mean is that somebody who wants to settle down, not somebody who wants to go party here, party there, party there. Because this is a stage that they want to jump out of the party kind of a stage, and then finally settle down. Also, they want to look out for a quality like somebody who has a potential to do something. Again, these young men are looking out for a quality like somebody who can manage home, can keep home. When you visit a lady at home, or when you visit a lady, how does she, carry herself? How does she manage her things? Because she's going to manage you. The lady is going to be the guy's personal manager for life.
I like that.
So if your personal manager doesn't know, your PA doesn't know, a personal assistant doesn't know
How to manage
your own life, you can guess what yours will be. So these are things important. What I have to say to the young guys out there and the young ladies out there, don't make the mistake of looking out for outward things. What do I mean? Don't look out for somebody who is so beautiful. The one is so beautiful.
The one we are looking out for when we were kids. Now let's talk about this a little. Let's discuss. What were you actually looking out for?
Oh, when I was young, I want a lady when I see some goose pimples will follow me really immediately. That's what we call love at first sight.
Okay.
I mean first sight.
You miss your steps sometimes.
Like you just can't tell before you know you're falling down.
Oh my God.
The kind of a lady when you show her to your friends, they will say, "Wow, Charlie, this your girl is hot."
Oh.
Those are the things we're expecting. What friends will say. The way she walks, her steps. Those are the funny things. Whether she talks, maybe the kind of bag or dress she's wearing, whether designer or those are the things we're looking out for. But honestly, if you ask me, are these things important today? I'll tell you, absolutely no. All these things you can buy them in a marriage. You don't need to.
It keep changing actually, because it's like just as you are saying, when we were also young coming up, these were also the qualities of men that we were looking out for. I mean, like childish wishful thinking. Is the guy cool? Is he hot? Is it the one every woman is looking out for? That's actually one that actually caught our attention. The one everybody is looking out for, the popular ones. When you see, it's like when you show up to your friends and then the yo guys with guidance and stuff like that. But in this our part of where we live now, we realize these are not. They have different kind of expectations from what we expected. But after marrying for years now, you realize these are just temporal. And just as the Bible said that things that are temporal, that things that are seen are very temporal, and those that are unseen are internal. And so the things that we saw that actually were driving us to the men or making us to marry such men it's not really going to sustain the marriage. And believe you me, most of the women chose, or most of the men chose their husbands based on these feeble qualities that we are discussing. And then today they realize it was wrong. It was really wrong. So the young ones that are coming need to know.
And let me also just throw caution out there. If you're a young person, you must be careful what the other person loves about you. or likes about you. If that thing is no more there, the person will go back.
Because that's what it is.
There shouldn't be a reason for love. Love has no reason. It is unconditional, and that is what sustains. Somebody will say, I like the way you look. I mean, if you look, your looks changes.
And the look will definitely change.
Then, of course, I'll be looking for that same look in somebody else. And that is what causes the young people to be changing women like that. Because you are married, but then all of a sudden the person has given birth. I mean, all of a sudden, after some time, the person has given birth. You know, when you give birth, you can, you know, the breastfeeding time, the nursing stages, it has a toll on the body. So definitely, the looks will not be the same as when you were young. And then the guy is like, no, this is not what I saw. No. Let me go out again. And then you'll be going and look for another one. And then go and anytime you see, this is hotter than the one I saw before. Then you're, this one, this is more even hotter. Then, so you keep chasing after it looks. You never get set.
But I also think that it's always also not, actually sometimes even the body changing, but then the fact that you get used to the person, like if it, because it's physical, you look at it, and then it doesn't attract you anymore, because the more you look at something, the more the thing becomes very common, and so if it's physical attraction, definitely you get over them. After 3-4 months living with the person, that thing does not attract you anymore. So we have to be careful about this physical outreach. Of course, there has to be something about the person that you actually like. For me, I think there has to be something, because there was something about you that I like, and I keep telling you, I'm not going to say it here, but of course, you need to have something that attracts you to the person, but that should not be your sole reason for marrying the person. Okay.
Right. I also want to say that zero expectations, as I said earlier on. Then again, you should be careful for rejection. If you don't love yourself, then when somebody rejects you, you might be hurt. So make sure you have self-confidence. There are some ladies out there, young ladies out there, they are looking for the kind of guy who will make her feel important. Well, she herself, she's not confident of herself. So the fact that, hey, this guy, the most popular guy is my girlfriend, and is my boyfriend, I am very important. Then she becomes to feel confident because she's dating or she's in a relationship with this popular guy. So all of a sudden she has become important. These things will not last. The things that we don't see, those ones are the ones that last. What are these things? We talk about patience. We talk about communication. We talk about affection, attention, having, the virtues that anyone will love around you when they come. For example, being there for people, paying attention to details, especially ladies, their birthdays, anniversaries. These are the things that will carry you into the marriage and will sustain you in the marriage. Not the very things that we think we look at, the beauty and all those things. They will change. They will change. One thing which is important to me is how compatible the two of you are. This is one thing. And anybody who will make a mistake of compromising or hoping that it will change later on,
it doesn't change.
At the beginning, make sure you're 100%. You're 100% before you go on with a relationship. Because if not, I doubt it. There might be a problem.
So you are saying that we should have 0%, but then we should be looking out for
these qualities. If the qualities are not there, then it informs you that this person is not the right. Because you've not committed yourself, so you are free to then look for the next one, which you might find this thing.
That takes me to my next question. Sometimes there's the possibility of having about 2 or 3 men who are interested in you. And each and every one of them have a lot of sort of the qualities or the things that you are looking out for in a list. In my list, like everybody has a list, of course. So maybe this one have about 2, this one have about 3, this one have about. What are the important? What are those things that are very, very important that I should look out for and say that if this person has, even if he has the 2 qualities and he has this quality, that one I'm sure when I enter the marriage is going to sustain me. So which of the qualities are very, very necessary? They are all important. But which one are very necessary?
The very necessary one is the God-fearing part.
Okay.
You see, this marriage is an institution made by God.
Okay.
So if the person knows and is a believer, that alone, there's a possibility that even if things should be going wrong, because the person believes in God, in prayer, there's chance that you fix things out. So that is the first one. So among the 3, which of them is a believer? That is the first one. And not just any believer, but then a hardworking man. It is very, very important. A man who can take care of you. Though you should not be expecting that the person, but then you see the potential in the person. It is important. You don't want to have a man who is lazy, doesn't want to do anything for himself. Then it's going to be a problem in the marriage, because the man's number 1 responsibility is to work. God said, take care of the man. Take dominion, replenish the earth, take it. That is a work of man. Man is work. If you take a work out of man's life, you finish the person. Okay. So it is important that you look out for a hardworking man. And you will see that's why it takes some time before you get to the marriage.
Okay. So what you are saying tonight is that we should look out for the God-fearing. I like that part. Because if the person fears God and knows the word of God, he knows that you can't take marriage for granted. Because God said, I hate divorce. And in the same Bible also says that even if you offend your wife and you pray, God said he will not listen. So a man that knows the word of God, a man that fears God, is somebody that will do everything to sustain his relationship or his marriage. And so that's part I really like. We should actually look out for a man that's. And also, what are the men also supposed to look out for from the woman? Because you are talking about from the perspective of a woman looking out in a man. What are the men also looking out in a woman?
I won't say we want, but I will say that any young man going into a relationship need to look out for a woman who is self-confident. It's very important.
Okay.
A woman who is not self-confident will be a problem for the man in the marriage, because she is not confident of herself and always will be dependent on the man. Everything. And she's not sure. And that insecurity will cause her always to feel cheated or feel left out. And these are the problems. Secondly, you have to look out for a woman who is ready to learn and also to build together with you. It is important because there you are going to live your single life and you are going to join it together to become a married or family life. So somebody who is just going to in a marriage, you realize that I want my thing, and the person is not ready to make what sacrifice or compromises. When it comes to the two of you, she still wants to do what she wants alone without considering the interest of the two of you. Then there's going to be a problem. So I would say that make sure you look out for this kind of a person.
And I also think that a good woman, a quality, material in a woman should also be somebody who fears God. Like if a woman also fears God, just as the man has the responsibility of keeping to the word of God, the woman also knows that it's God instituted marriage, and it's very important on the heart of God. And so you will not joke with the word of God and just do anything anyhow. And again, I also think that the young men should look out also for a woman who is ready to build upon her life. You should be ready to learn. You can't know everything. And so if you are lucky to get a good man who identifies your potentials and help you, you should be also ready to learn and also a very supportive woman, because we are made to support the men. And so sometimes it causes the discomfort, a woman to actually somehow drop your, let's say, certain things that you actually cherish for the man's vision or for the man's duty to fulfill. Is this lady ready to do that? I mean, these are also things that I would think the young men should also look out for in a relationship.
Right. And this is what we want to leave with you. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you. And we pray that you make the right choice. Once again, it's been Dr. and Mrs. Dodoo, the teacher.
Thank you. We love you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.